Shalom, 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 Yasha Allah. This your boy, Brother Shamwa Allah, back at you with another quick edifying video. Right, today's lesson is going to be called Comfort One Another. All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say Halal Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and His only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi, right? And the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, who have ruled well to the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom to you all as well. All right. Like I said, today's lesson is just a little quick exhortation to get, continue to push each other to continue on, right? And to remember to comfort one another and to speak often one to another, right? And we do that, by doing these lessons, by making these lessons, continuing to keep us in remembrance of the things that are written. All right. The scriptures tell us that we should, be meditating on these scriptures day and night. Right. And in fact, let's get that real quick. What am I looking at? Joshua 1 and verse number 8. Joshua chapter 1 verse 8, it says, "This is the book of the law. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." All right. And you see, in the NLT, it says, "Study this book of instruction continually. Meditate on it day and night, so you will be sure to obey everything written in it. Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do." All right. And this is just a constant, you should be constantly in these scriptures. Okay. And that's just, just for general information and to keep yourself kind of going through this stuff, right? It's to continue to meditate, and constantly be thinking about it, right? Throughout the day, you're thinking about scriptures. You might see stuff, going on around you, right? And you're thinking about, how it relates to the scriptures and things that, it's just trying to keep in that mindset. Because a lot of times, we get caught up with all the things of the world. And then a lot of times our mind slips away from, the meditation of, this word of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? So it's just a constant, reflection, right? That's why it's, the scriptures tell you to examine yourself, whether you be in the faith, because it's a constant going, right? You get constant improvement, constant, thing, but also, for those who, of the like-minded, mindset. All right. And then, so talking daily to each other, right? When you're thinking about it, comes with doing these lessons, to edify, to feed the sheep, right? To warn the sheep, things. It's just keeping that constant, thing going. All right. What is it? Malachi 3, and let's go to verse number 16, right? The book of remembrance. All right, it says, "Then they that feared Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi spake often one to another, and Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi hearkened and heard it, and the book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi and that thought upon his name." All right. And it's a constant thing where you should constantly be talking about Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right. And just thinking about all the ways that he moves in your life, and he provides for you and the different things, right? When you really think about it, a lot of times we take it for granted, or we don't have that open eye to see all the things that he's done. It could be very simple things, but just reminding, each other too, of that, and of that ability, that's why it should be a constant and a daily thing to go and edify, right? To teach and to exhort and uplift, when you're going through stuff, you could be doing lessons about that, because guess what? Another brother or sister could be going through that same thing, and that could be how many times, you going through something and then all of a sudden, you click on and the Lord draws you right to a message that a brother, put out there. I remember sometime I had a question about certain scriptures, literally turn on the thing and, the elder apostles or somebody is talking about it. You'd be like, man, but that's all going of Yahawah, and that's why we need these things daily, to help continue to uplift us, exhort us, right, to warn us, right, and to comfort us, in these scriptures, because sometimes, you might have one brother who's reading the Old Testament and he reminds you of something that's in the Old Testament. Then you have somebody in the New Testament there remind you. So it's that's that constant feeding and meditating, that we have to keep going in this thing, what does it say? Salakia. I'm just, like I said, I don't want this to be too long. So, let's get, Salakia. Let's get that. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians, right, 4. Right. Matter of fact, let's go to Hebrews, right? Let's go to Hebrews 3. Right. This is a constant thing of just, continuing to uplift and edify each other, right? So it says the peril of unbelief, right? Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 13, it says, but exhort one another daily while it is called today. It says, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin, right? And that's the thing about constantly keeping your mind on Yahawah, because, soon as we know that the mind, the heart is continuously evil, right? And so you have to kind of cast those thoughts out and keeping those good thoughts, which are, the ways of Yahawah, right? And this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all right? Hebrews 3 and 13 in the NLT, it says, you must warn each other every day, right? While it is still today, so that none of you will be deceived by sin and hardened against the Most High, because, you start getting into your thoughts too much, and then you start overthinking things, you start, doubting, and, next thing you know, so you got to constantly kind of be meditating on this stuff, and, it's good to watch, videos too, and get that edification too. Teachers need edification too, right? And I see it, and the perfect example, are the elders and apostles, right? Not only do they do lessons, but you see them watching and they're getting fed too, so it's a constant, everyone, feed one, teach one, and continue in that to keep ourselves kind of going, a lot of times, if I don't have a lesson, I'll go and see, I might watch a little bit and okay, yeah, that's a good one, and that's the thing we got to do, but it's a daily thing. You got to constantly be doing this, everybody, you always want to be in constant communication and in a good mindset. And the only way you can really do that, especially in this place in Babylon, is to stay meditated in these scriptures, and continue to exhort or warn each other, daily. Hey, you see, the cashless thing going, hey, warn people, you see, war about to break out, warn, we should constantly be warning people, right? It's to keep your, what is that? Just thought about it. It's an old one too. I ain't brought that out in a while. go to the book of Proverbs, right? Proverbs 27 and verse number 17. It says, iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. All right. And we keep each other sharp, by going through, by talking about it. Me and my brother, and we, in chats, and we're constantly bringing up scriptures, going through scriptures, to continue to sharpen ourselves. Brothers do lessons. You're like, oh man, okay, let me get in, let me do it. And it's keeping yourself and each other sharp, in this thing. All right. Because this is a thing of constant repetition, and going through these things, This is a constant and a daily thing. All right. So it says, as iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. All right. You got to keep going in this thing. All right. And ultimately, to keep each other, in this thing. Right. And that's the thing, too. It's just you got to, everybody's going through it. All right. So a lot of times you don't want to just sit there and constantly talk about things that you're going through, because guess what? Another brother's going through his trials and his tribulations. And sometimes just a good ear and a good word and positivity, that should be kind of drawn off of you. I love it when I can't wait to see my brethren. I don't be want to talk about the things that that I've gone through the week, because I'm dwelling on what the time that we have now, right? And that's a true blessing to be around brethren of like-mindedness, that we can continue and talk about, the scriptures, and that just gives me comfort and joy. I'm just talking for myself, but then, so you don't want to sit there and always talk about, woe is me, and we're all going through it, right? The book of Sirach tells you, if you come to serve Yahawashi, prepare your soul for temptation and constantly endure. So you're going to go through it. All right. We can kind of get together and joy with one another, just being around, each other and comfort each other. Right. And I know this was going into, about those who have, who are sleeping, right. Or who went to the spirit world, that those won't affect those who are out here. Right, but I just want to get the verse is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 18. It says, wherefore, comfort one another with these words, right? And not these words, but all the words through the scriptures, We should be constantly, be able to go through the scriptures and comfort each other with it, right? Knowing that this is for our light affliction is only for a moment, right? Knowing that this is our time of captivity, but we know that, guess what? The end is coming soon, right? These are things that we can use to uplift ourselves and push ourselves through, with the comfort of each other and having each other, right? And having this word ultimately, at the end of the day. So, this is just a little quick reminder, keep pushing, keep enduring, and comfort each other, at the end of the day. All right. So just want to do this quick lesson. Lord's will, it was edifying, right? With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Peace and blessings to the elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad. A mighty shalom to the 144,000 men, to the rest of the elect. Stay diligent, stay focused, keep praying for one another, right? And with that, I'll say shalom.